Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to have some Division 20 online ranked gameplay from Season 16 using Zabit. And this is kind of a sad video in one sense, is that the fact that Zabit has officially announced his retirement from mixed martial arts. He will no longer be competing in general, not only in the UFC, but as a whole. He's now decided to pursue a career in medicine, which is very admirable and just shows the man he is. He had a lot of time off due to injuries. I mean, this fight that's on screen now against Yair Rodriguez was scheduled a good few times, and injuries caused him to be sidelined. And while sidelined, he obviously pursued his passion in medicine. Learned that there's a way to make money without having to put his body through this. And in one sense, I'm happy for him. He's going to be helping a lot of people by him being a doctor, which is incredibly admirable. But in another way, it's extremely sad because this guy is definitely going to go down as the biggest what if in MMA history. I mean, he definitely had the tools to be a champion. I mean, can you imagine him versus Volk? Him versus Volkanovski would be such a good fight. Like, it's such a shame that we're never going to even see that opportunity. There's a bunch of crazy fights for him. I mean, this one right here would have been very good, although I did see his path to victory being quite clear in terms of the grappling. You had him versus Brian Ortega, him versus Holloway. There's a lot of good matchups in this division for him, and it would have been crazy to see him against just some of this talented division, but definitely against Volkanovski. And just like I said, it's a real shame. Obviously, he's not going to be in the next game that comes out, UFC 5. If he's not going to be actively competing, I doubt they'll put him into the game. But yeah, so I just thought I'd make this video using him, showcasing his ability. In both of these gameplays, I'm not really trying too hard. It's just more to have fun and to use him. I don't know if this will be my last video using Zabit, but I'll see how this video does. Normally my Zabit videos do quite well. It's one of the most popular videos on my channel, is me using Zabit. And yeah, he's one of my favourite fighters to use and one of my favourite fighters to watch in real life. So I thought I'd get this out after that announcement. At the time of recording this as well, I think they've just dropped the full roster of the London fighters, so the paddies in the game, which I will get around to use, and I'll get around to using some of the others like Molly, Tom, and yeah, I'll definitely get around to making videos with those guys. Probably the paddy one first, as that's probably going to be the most anticipated one. I think they made him like a 3.5-star fighter, which I think is very fair, but I'll talk more about that in that video. But yeah, this fight here, you can see first round, I normally take off anyway just to pick up some of the patterns that my opponent's going to be using, see if I can figure out any combinations or just any tendencies that I can really look to exploit. And one thing you will notice is that I haven't gone for a takedown or anything of the sort. I'm mainly keeping this fight on the feet, as I really wanted to just test how good Zabit's stand-up is. This was my first time using him in a while. So it's sort of refamiliarizing myself with strengths, and obviously knees and elbows are very good, and I love the switch kick that he has, that he can just throw from both stances. Extremely effective, and it will do a very good job in slowing down Yair across this 5-round fight, as Yair shoots for a takedown there. And I'm not sure if he went for a jab for the body. I do actually think he went for the takedown just to get it on like the scorecards that he got a takedown. But yeah, the clock ran out there. So coming into round 2, the things that I've noticed all working very well were, of course, the leg kicks. The inside leg kick was putting Yair off balance a lot and just building up that overall redness that you can see on the leg. And by taking out the lead leg of Yair, it's going to force Yair to switch stances, which will make it easier for me to check those kicks, and when I do check them, result in leg health events. Not only that, it will allow me to get easy knockdowns if he doesn't switch stances, and the power mitigation is also huge. And it just puts a mental block on Yair. Every time he goes to throw that leg kick, we'll know that it's impaired, and as a result of throwing it, could get even more damage done. As you can see, another clean one land there, and it's the range of Zabit that I really like using in this division. He's I think he's got one of the longer reaches when it comes to it, but he just looks so tall and so long, which definitely gives him a unique feel when fighting. And one thing that I really enjoy is that he doesn't really feel slow. As you can see, I've changed to an oblique kick here, and the reason for that is my left leg is starting to get real beat up, and I don't want my right leg to get as beat up, so I'm throwing the oblique kick in the sense that if Yair goes to avoid or check the kick, he just backs away, which doesn't do any damage to the leg that's actually throwing it. So it's sort of a damage mitigation on my part, sort of limiting the damage that I'm withstanding on the legs. And that's one thing you can do if you're very leg kick heavy and the fighter you're looking to utilize has oblique kicks, is definitely a tool that I would recommend using, because it helps out a lot. So after I take too much damage, you'll see that I switch to using oblique kicks, and here I zigged when I should have zagged, got caught with a beautiful head kick, and I landed a flying knee there, which I thought would have done more damage than it did. However, it didn't result in a stun, which is what I was hoping. Get the leg health event there after checking that kick, and tee off here, go to the body twice. He blocked the second body hook, and then go up top. I'm just trying to mix it up here. You can see that I'm throwing the feint there with the jab, trying to keep my stamina in a good position, because I know that the championship rounds is where it's going to be at. Land that beautiful, like, I don't even know, jump switch kick and get the knockdown. So that definitely secured this round here. And with Zabit, one thing that I like to do is just break my opponents down over the course of the 5 rounds. I'm not really too interested in getting the finish unless the opportunity is like inevitable, unless it's there and I have to take it. You'll see that I'm very, very, very patient using Zabit. I'll pick my opportunities, and just because of how good and elite his grappling is, I mean, he's got every takedown possible, phenomenal transition. So in the event that I need to grapple, I definitely will, but I do prioritize doing some damage on the feet before initiating that grappling, unless it's clear that my opponent is leaps and bounds ahead in the grappling department. You can see catching these teep kicks and the roundhouses to the body is going to be a big part of my game plan here, because I can spin to the cage and get an easy takedown, as I do right here. So very good round in the sense that I got the knockdown and a takedown at the end, starting to pick up on some combinations, and Yair's leg health is also not in a great position. So getting into the 3rd round, Yair, again, still in this fight, because Yair is an extremely dangerous fighter, extremely fast, but it's going to be important now to just remain calm, hopefully not get stunned again. One thing with Zabit that I do find is once he gets cracked once, it becomes very, very easy to crack him again. And that's something that I did have playing on my mind throughout this. So I've already been stunned in the round prior. I need to be very, very careful in this round to not get caught again, because it's going to be detrimental. And that hook kick there landed, and surprisingly didn't do as much damage as I thought it'd do. He's using the push kick now to establish distance, goes for the head kick that worked the round prior, but I didn't sway this time. I land the inside leg kick there, and followed by the oblique kick, and you can see starting to mix up the strikes here. Went to the uppercut to the body. Here I went for a leg lock, which is not what I meant to do at all, so I'm pretty sure I cancel it. And that leg lock, that Imari roll, is very, very good when you're fighting someone who doesn't have a lot of stamina. So when Yair has no stamina, I can really look to go for it, but that was not my intention there. I'm not quite sure what I wanted to do. I either wanted to do the Zabit trip, or I wanted to do an uppercut to the body, but inputted it wrong and then went for the leg lock. Bang, he went to spin there, perfectly timed leg kick, does a tremendous amount of damage. Go for the knee, good catch by Yair, and then Yair opts to take me down. And here's sort of the turning point. When you're fighting a striker and they turn into a grappler, you know that something isn't panning out correctly, like something isn't going right. Instantly opts to get up, which again is the right thing to do. Doesn't want to stay on the ground, because Zabit is good off his back, and I could easily reverse the position, wind up on top, and let's do a lot of damage as he lands a 3-piece to my lead leg there. But yeah, you got the takedown again. I go for it again, unintentionally. I think this time I try to see like how easy it would be to submit. I think I hold on to this submission for a bit. I wanted to try memorize where Yair would be going in order to get out of this submission. You can see that Yair is definitely going to get out, but it just allows me to get some more control time up. And he ends up in a dominant position here, ends up into side control, but with Yair, the threat, even on top, Yair's threat is virtually non-existent, especially with how comfortable I am with Zabit off his back, so wasn't too worried about how that turned out. Go to transition away there, which was a good deny from Yair, and does the right thing here in working the body, just establishing some ground and pound there, really softening up the middle, draining some stamina. I opt to go into half guard just purely because of the fact that I don't want my stamina to get drained too much going into the 4th and 5th round, because that's really where I want to try and break Yair Rodriguez, and if need be, start to initiate some of the grappling that Zabit is very, very well known for. I mean, Zabit's grappling is off the charts as well as striking, and he's the reason it's so fun to use him, because you can really diversify your range of attacks. But right now my opponent is pretty content to just sit in my guard, so we reverse the position and end up on top for the final moments of that round. So that round was definitely closer. Yair definitely he had his moments in the fight, especially in that round there. So the fight's never over until it's over, and that's one thing that you've always got to be careful with Yair, and he's someone I'm definitely going to look to use. In the next coming videos, I'm going to look to use Song Yadong, Yair Rodriguez, Dominic Cruz, and Paddy Pimblett. I'm not sure in what order the videos will go live, but they're just some of the fighters that I'm looking at using. But the leg work is definitely paying dividends as I get another leg health event to start this round. Definitely feeling like the fresher fighter in there, although Yair is still bouncing light on his feet. You can tell by the posture that Yair is definitely still in this fight. Stamina isn't completely drained. Done a good job there of avoiding that elbow that finished the Korean Zombies. You can see I just about swayed in time, because if you get caught with that, it does a lot of damage. And Yair has now switched to the roundhouses to the bodies, which I've checked. Gone. That switch kick hit again, but this time didn't result in a knockdown. Throw my own leg kick and get hurt as a result of it. Yair goes up top. Fortunately, didn't do enough damage just because my head health was in a pretty good position, and Yair threw that with no stamina. And right now, Yair, you can see when I'm pressuring, he's switching and resorting to the knees, which is a sign of a good player that when I'm pressuring, knows what to throw. Did not mean to throw that kick there that goes to the body and then to the head. I'm so fortunate that nothing more came of that, because I had no stamina when Yair countered there, and that could have easily been the fight over. That's what happens when you make little mistakes like that. The fight can finish real quick, and all the hard work in the rounds prior would have been definitely wasted. But get a takedown here with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to work with. This is I believe the first time we get a takedown properly in the fight, in where I'm looking to control Yair for a bit on the ground. I'm presuming the fight's going to get back to the feet at some point. Yeah, I go to transition there. Good work from Yair to reverse the position. And from here, I'm assuming that we're going to end up on the cage and then, just get back to the striking. But definitely something that you can utilise, obviously, is Zabit's ground game. Definitely when more so you have the stamina advantage. Right now, throwing heavy ground and pound from the top, Yair Rodriguez is. But like I said, I wasn't taking this fight uber serious. I was more enjoying myself, getting to grips and coming to terms with Zabit's stand up again. It is something that you need to get used to when you're so used to using a fighter for such a long period of time, and then you take a break. You often forget the combinations that you loved and stuff like that. Zabit was one of those fighters that I worked very hard on utilising, similar to Colby Covington. And I might make more videos with Zabit depending on how this one does here. And there is going to be 2 gameplay clips. You've got the first fight using Yair, and the next fight I will be fighting against the Max Holloway, I believe. So 2 of the better fighters in the division. Unfortunately, we didn't match up against the champ, but maybe next video with Zabit will come up against Volkanovski, who's fighting the trilogy against Max Holloway this weekend. But yeah, another extremely close round. I got the knockdowns with the legs, so that's probably edged it. Goes for the teep kick straight away, Yair does, and at this point I'm pretty sure that Yair Rodriguez knows that he needs a finish in order to win this fight, because by decision is probably not going to work. And Yair's legs are completely melted. I mean, every time I touch them, it's wincing in pain. You can see that Yair's just not got it in that lead leg to absorb any more damage from the leg kicks. So I'm going to try straight away from them for a second, just to make it not too predictable, because once you become predictable and sloppy, then it's where Yair could really capitalise, and Yair can finish you at any point of the fight. Doesn't matter if you've dominated the whole time and it's the 5th round and there's not long left on the clock. We've seen this in real life, so definitely not counting Yair Rodriguez out right now. As you can see, he tries that crazy spinning kick. Question mark kick lands clean there. Try to land it again. Yair went for the hook kick, but just out of range. Teep kick lands, goes for the hook kick again. That's something that Yair had thrown a couple times. That hook kick is so dangerous. I mean, when that lands, it lands clean. It does a lot of damage. Catch the teep there. Drive Yair back. Duck the spinning back fist, which is extremely important because that is a very powerful tool. Again, really looking for the finish, the acrobatic finish. With me, if I was in Yair's shoes right now, I'd definitely be going for the finish, but more so not making it too predictable with the attacks. And even though it's round 5, you can see how fast Yair still is. I mean, that spinning back kick there was just so quick. Like if that land, that would have done so much damage. Roundhouse to the body there was super clean, definitely taking away some of that stamina. And right now it's just about being patient because I'm definitely getting pressured. I'm not sure what Yair's stamina is looking like, but just from the sheer amount of volume that I'm coming up against, it must be in a decent position. Definitely the same, if not better, than my stamina right now, which is why I'm only choosing to throw 1s and 2s and being very, very cautious when I do throw. Catches the knee there, end up going for the takedown, in which I deny again. That's the second takedown attempt for Yair Rodriguez throughout this fight, and with just over a minute left, I wasn't too worried. I could really see the fight out now. My posture's not looking great because I'm extremely tired. Gets the clinch there, and then we get the hook on the break, which does a huge amount of damage. It always has done, and especially in the 5th round when you're tired, that clinch, as soon as you break, if you throw that hook, tends to do a lot of damage. Teep kick gets me over, and I opt to stay on my back. And there's 27 seconds left. I know that right now there's probably not going to be a finish. You know, we both just don't have the stamina. Land the knee to the body. I go for that question mark kick again. He goes for the kick to the head because he really is looking for that finish. I go for the flying knee, which is dangerous because if I was a bit close and he pull countered me, definitely could have got knocked out as a result of that. So I wouldn't recommend that. But like I said, I was just having fun in there, and just enjoying myself, and it was good. It was good using Zabit again, familiarizing myself with the diverse skill set, especially stand up. It's just crazy. Like I said, I'm not really a stand up guy. I'm more of a ground game guy. And in the next gameplay clip against Holloway, who's in Division 17, I believe I utilize more of the ground game. So that will give you both aspects of Zabit's game to look forward to. I believe the next gameplay is probably about 10 minutes, so this is going to be one of the longer videos, but I feel like when using Zabit, just because of how much I like him, I feel like it's worth putting in this longer video, and I know that it normally gets good fair views and people like watching Zabit gameplay, so I decided to make this video a little bit longer here with both these gameplays included. And now Max Holloway, if we're real honest, is most people who use Max Holloway extremely cheesy in this division. Like it's crazy. You're either going to get block breaked, like they're just going to throw 800 punches in the space of a minute and melt your block and then get, you know, an easier victory, or they're just going to knee and then that spinning back kick and elbows, and it's just, I don't know, it's just very cheesy. I don't know why people like to use Max like that. I mean, the volume itself wouldn't be a problem. Max obviously a volume fighter in real life, so you can't really complain in that aspect. That's exactly how you're meant to utilize him. It's just the fact that his stamina just doesn't seem to tire, and it's more the knees that do it for me. When I'm coming up against a Max that's trying to box and really trying to pressure, you know, I can understand that that's Max's fight style. So there's no need to complain about those things. That's exactly how your opponent should be utilizing him. But it's the knees, elbows, and then the spamming of the back kicks. It's just, whenever I come up against a Max player, I'm like, oh god, here we go. I know exactly what this is going to be, and that's why I shot for the takedown early. I mean, this was straight after the fight before, and I wanted to really utilize Zabit's ground game. But right now, I knew the type of fight this is going to be. Again, opponent's in Division 17, so obviously knows what he's doing. As I get caught with that kick there, and I really tried to sway out of the way of that. And as you can see, this first round started off awfully. I mean, I shot for the takedown attempt, which was denied. And I remember which way I transitioned, so I know that next time I shoot for a takedown, I'm going to have to go for a different one, because my opponent seemed to deny that with ease. And then I tried to be smart and sway backwards with my hands down and got caught and stunned. Head health's not looking in the best position for round one. I'm starting to tire. As you can see, my stamina's not in an ideal spot. And Max Holloway slowly working at the body. And just being on the feet right now, it just isn't flowing. As you can see, avoid that kick there, but just overall not having a good time when it comes to the stand-up right now. But it's very important not to push the agenda of forcing a takedown, as I catch Max here, drive to the fence, and here I probably should have shot a double straight onto the fence and then done the suplex into a side control. However, I saw there was only a minute to work with, and I didn't want to give that away as a tool that I can utilize in the next 2 rounds. I didn't want Hot Max to realize that I can do that against the cage, so I opted not to do that. I ended up getting a takedown anyway. And here I can see that, you know, that little combo that I done there, where he tried to transition, got denied, and then went up instantly, is something that I'll remember and definitely utilize in the rounds coming, as I take Max's back just before the round finishes. So although I didn't have a good first round there, definitely there's stuff to pick up on. I know that when the fight does get to the ground, just based off that little transition, that I'm definitely going to have the advantage. And facing Max Holloway, you either want Max on the back foot or you want Max on his back. And as you see, go for the judo throw there, which was denied from Max. And I knew that the cage takedowns would be definitely easier to get, and with how Max is pressuring, I just need to rotate the position and get the takedown. Here you see I was landing a good flurry of combinations, getting Max to think, and then I instantly shot for the takedown. So denied his transition going to the right, and then instantly moved over to side control rather than giving him the option to go up and escape. You see, deny here, and he goes up and deny, and this is where picking up on patterns and starting to remember how your opponent transitions is very crucial in terms of game development and fight IQ, because picking up on those little things allow you to control the fight at an easier rate. So denying transitions now, which is good because it will start to melt away at Max Holloway's infinite stamina. We're going to throw a lot of elbows just to soften Max's head, so when eventually does get onto the feet, it'll be a lot easier to do some damage. And here I could definitely go for a submission, I'm well aware of it, but I really just wanted to come to feels with Zabit. I just wanted to, you know, really dominate on the ground, control, and then look for a submission. So although there I could have gone for it and the fight probably would have been over, I definitely was looking to continue the fight some more. And that's not something I'd recommend, to be honest. If you take online seriously and you care about the leaderboards and you just care about your overall ranking, etc., if you are in that position to get the submission finish, I just would go for it, because it can definitely come back to bite you. And instantly as I say that, this is why you do not get confident, because I was confident enough not to go for the submission finish, and I got up, instantly rocked, and that could have been the fight done. And believe me, I definitely would have regretted that. But can't catch the roundhouse to the body and then get the suplex takedown from here. This is one thing, when coming up against a wrestler, you do really want to work the body, I understand, but I'd probably go more so with punches and knees, because catching the roundhouse and the teep kicks and getting driven to the cage is just an easy way for allowing your opponent to get a takedown. So if I was Max Holloway there, I'd definitely stop using the teeps and the roundhouses, and I'd focus on using the boxing, the jabs and the hooks to the body in order to drain stamina and force my opponent to shoot the takedowns, and then deny them and obviously just whittle away at the stamina. I definitely would stop throwing those roundhouses, because those roundhouses at the moment, they're getting caught, the switch kicks are getting caught, and then he's getting taken to the cage and then getting taken down as a result of it. So yeah, that's something that I definitely would have picked up on. You see, to get these deniers here, and this is just whittling away at the stamina. Even though I'm not going to be able to do much damage because I don't have much time to work with, these little deniers are absolutely melting Max's stamina, which is ideal for me going into the next round. So had a very, very big round here. Round one was the worst way to start possible, but like I said, round one's when you need to pick up on patterns and look to utilize round 2, 3, 4 and 5 in order to win the fight based off those patterns. Again, my opponent hasn't registered that the roundhouses and the teeps to the body is what's causing him real problems, and, you know, leading me to get the takedowns. Throwing knees at close range is definitely the safer bet because it's harder to land a takedown. And then I decided to pull out the infamous Zabit trip. I mean, that trip is so clean. Get the trip there, get the deny, try to go into crucifix, good deny there from Max, get the deny again. And once I get in this position, I start to get that momentum. It's going to be very, very difficult to actually get out and, again, get the deniers, low stamina. And I was really trying to get this fight over and out with ground and pounds. Although, obviously, last round I had the opportunity to get the submission finish from the Kimura. If I really wanted it, I definitely could have locked in that submission, especially once it changed into an armbar. However, I just wanted to implement some pain on Max Holloway. I just wanted to weather away at his face and see if we can get a ground and pound stoppage. And you can see the blood on the canvas now, as it's just an absolute morning from Zabit. Good job here from Max to push the fight to the fence, and there I was trying to get the jumping guillotine, and these knees there, they hurt a lot. Believe me, they hurt a lot. If you do not get out of the way in time and you're getting kneed like that when your stamina's already low, that's actually melting and whittling away at your stamina. And you can see that the roles are reversed, where he was knee spamming in the first and constantly trying to look to use those knees. I'm kneeing slightly before him, and now that his stamina is low, he's starting to do a lot of damage. You can see there, do you see the stamina flash? Max has no stamina right now, and I'm in a great position here to really look to exploit that if the fight gets onto the ground. Goes for the knee again, get the deny, get into the clinch, 2 knees to the head, push away. And I was actually going to try go for a little trip there, but it was a good job from Max getting out of that clinch. Goes for the knee again, and again goes for the knee, and you can see he's getting repetitive. I know what he's going to do here, so I'm just being patient. And now his approach is completely changed. Did you see that little movement there to get away from the jab? Switch kick there, up against the fence, knee, 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 takedown. Beautiful. That's beautiful there. I mean, he didn't want to back away, because if he backed away, he would have gone onto the fence, and then I would have worked the takedown anyway. But because he stayed stagnant, I ended up landing 4 knees, and then go for the arm triangle here, and I do believe I get the finish. So that's me using Zabit. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll definitely post some more Zabit content. Like I said, next uploads should be like Song Yadong, Paddy the Baddie, maybe Blonde Hair Charles, Dominic Cruz, maybe Sugar Sean. There's a lot of fighters I will be looking to utilise. I'm going to be trying to upload as much as possible, so if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new and like to see more UFC 4 content, don't forget to subscribe. Huge thank you to everyone that supported the channel, and shout out to all the new subscribers, and I'll see you next time.